folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, now it's by the stove. Big inside this cases one. Do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay out on the floor. 19 with a, I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been know my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these wanna date us. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now
we're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
On second down, Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit!
Toss play to McKinnon. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now McKinnon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Here's McKinnon. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. And Gould is able to put it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A give. This is Kamara. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. They'll set up to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They run. It's Kamara. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and that will force a turnover on downs. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw Beathard. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive.
Bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is going to be 49er football.
I think they'll have to make some decisions here. That's his 2nd fumble here in the first quarter. And what I mean by that is, do you have the confidence to stay with him, or are you going to have to make a change and maybe go to someone else?
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They run it with McKinnon. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
McKinnon. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. On the stop there defensively, Tyler Davison.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't.
And the first play will be a field goal try. This from 25 yards out. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will make our score 9-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And so he's got daylight. The 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
He's got it at the 15. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. A big play there for the Niners. 61 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
All right, here we go.
He'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A 10th carry for Kamara. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now the pitch comes to Ingram. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Here we go with Kamara. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back with more after this. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And an out kiss him goodbye. Travis Benjamin. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Travis Benjamin taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6.
Well, partner, anytime you see a big-time kickoff return, especially one that ends up in the end zone for a touchdown, that's probably the most exciting 10 seconds in the great game of football.
I think it was our friend Ed Brady that told us that one day. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that.
He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for the Saints. 41 yards. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And this is going to be 49er football. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Beathard to throw. A dump down to McKinnon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Gold is able to put it through. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay.
Right, here we go.
But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
To throw is Beathard. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
On play action, they'll throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Hot! Hot! Hot!
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, Stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Throwing, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they... They're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Here again is McKinnon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Down to the 25. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
But he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So a tackle that time by Akella Witherspoon. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Again, it's Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
Back now here in Santa Clara. On the ground, this is Kamara. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll look to throw here. That's complete to Meredith. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his fullback there, Zach Line. And it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
Bethard breaks the huddle and leads the Niners up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Now Beathard. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
319! 319! Gone!
Beathard. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
To throw is Beathard. Flushed out right. And some room to maneuver. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Check right. 125. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll throw here. Beathard. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Alert 3. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers playing a quick slant or something like that.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10.
All
Here's Breida. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he stopped immediately there. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Niners on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Boom, landed.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Gold is able to put it through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. 3rd down here. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the 49ers, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I got so much beef, I could barely sleep. Paranoia got me losing on my Z's all day. Good Lord, mama praying on the knees all day. If you still frontin' when I up it, I'ma squeeze. Bad companies, bad for your company. Bad companies, bad for your company. In the ski mask in case you come for me. Got it in the ski mask in case you come for me. When I say I got beef, they don't want no beef. When they say they got beef, they don't wanna eat. If you said they want, they don't want no steam. Put it on it. Had a diva selling, fix the face and fix the weed. Not working on the self-esteem. Hit a block, yo this flock. Where you at? Pin it. My new map location be the block on the app.
Money and company, nah, baby. I don't need no the company. You can't hang, baby. We don't want you around here. Ice on my neck and it's froze. Santa's reindeer. You got bad. It's the sign. Bad company. Look, bro, you can't hang here. Getting money, so the keep on coming. Ringing, so you know the jumping. They looking at me. He owe me some money. Hit him with the night crumping. Why they playing games? They don't want no problems with me. My got good. You know I brought them. Might not hit a bad. Someone tell them well opposition.
Dark shades, too much. I could barely see them. Acting brand new like I don't see it when I do. Who them folks? Who want too close? Give me room. Phony folks, play it close. Do the